Hi, this is Jim Cramer with a special edition of Wall Street Confidential. I'm doing the hosting. I'm grilling my man Dan Fitzpatrick. You're probably familiar with him from 3 Stocks I Saw on TV, maybe his Real Money columns, and of course the segment I've been doing on Mad Money called Off the Charts, of which he's been indispensable. I am always on the hunt for something that is contrary, that looks like you can be holding even as the fundamentals certainly wouldn't indicate it. Dan's got a hot one. It's one that I can't justify, but I'm looking for a thesis. Dan, what are you thinking?
Okay, I've been looking at coal lately, and you look at Patriot Coal, PCX, you look at Arch Coal, ACI, and they just look like they're just starting the next leg down. So then I look at the third one in the trifecta, Massey, and it's starting to get bullish. It's starting to move higher. And so here's my question to myself and now to you, because you're the fundamental guy, is Massey's strength, because it serves the coal industry, is Massey's strength kind of a harbinger for a bottom in coal to where these other stocks are going to move higher?
Look, here's my takeaway on that. I think that oil is bottoming. I think that this $30 to $35 level represents about as low as you're going to go. And that is because there's simply been such a huge shutdown of drilling very quickly, far more quickly than we thought. And so if oil bottoms, that certainly supports coal. The secondary issue is that despite the administration's antipathy to coal, there are just a huge number of coal plants coming online. And let's add a third issue. China is committed to coal. They absolutely have no green background in China. They're so committed to coal that I would think that if you could take advantage of that, Massey is not an export coal player. That's really Peabody.
Right.
But they would be sopping up, the utilities here would be sopping up coal, and then we'd be shipping coal overseas. Massey makes sense. What exactly is different between the Massey chart and, say, Arch Coal, say BTU, or let's use the Patriot example? What makes it different?
Okay. On both Arch Coal and Patriot, which are the two that I really looked at, they're just coming out of what I call a volatility squeeze. Stocks move really, really rapidly, and then they kind of slow down, and then they do cyclical, volatility cyclical. They've been trading in a pretty tight range on the bottom, lower right-hand corner of the chart. And now they're starting to move to the downside. Now, sometimes that's a fake out, because if only charts were totally
but what
predictable.
does Massey look different?
Massey is starting, it's looking stronger.
Has it completed what you think?
No, it's starting to. I say it's a conditional long.
Do you think it's possible that it could be a takeover? I mean, the industry's ripe for consolidation.
I was going to say, what's the deal? I mean, the market cap is so low now, the stock price is so low. Maybe that's a deal. I don't know why.
One other thought. It was owned by hedge funds, including some that have really been battered. Perhaps the liquidation of the hedge funds is over, and you're seeing that. These are all possible solutions to the conundrum of why this would be bottoming.
Right. And I mean, this is your deal, not mine, but they are viable businesses.
Absolutely.
I mean, the businesses are strong.
But let me ask you one last question. Is it possible that it violates some level and therefore it was wrong?
If Massey falls, I would say like $2 more, which is about 10%. That's when I would absolutely not be interested in that, because it would actually confirm what we're seeing in Patriot and Arch Coal.
I have a strategy for that. I would be buying calls. Whenever I hear that, I'd be buying long-dated calls because I want to be stopped out, but I do want that upside, particularly if there could be a takeover, and because I see China and I see oil, and I want that upside. So this would be the one I would key on. I would avoid Arch Coal. I might even do a paired trade against a Patriot, but in general, when I see that kind of action and I worry about whether there's a floor, I like to buy calls. Dan Fitzpatrick, you are amazing. I'm glad you're in from California. I see you've been doing stuff for Fast Money, CNBC, but this has been a great place for you, and that's where I come to look for your stuff. Thank you very much for joining me.
Love it. Thank you, Jim.
Good deal.